И всем привет, меня зовут Влад. Мы продолжаем играть в Звёздные войны Рыцари Старой Республики. В прошлой части мы с вами прибыли на Корибан, немножко исследовали местность, нашли с вами отсылку к бойцовскому клубу и в принципе уже практически все сделали в этой местности. У нас осталось два персонажа, с которыми мы с вами еще не говорили. И давайте начинать. Ты владелец черного ястреба, да? Или его последний владелец, по крайней мере. Я удостоен чести вас встретить. Я Микадорин, менеджер этого заведения. Вам что-нибудь нужно, разумный? Владелец черного ястреба всегда рады в баре Дрэштая. Что ты о нем знаешь? Только что я получил известие. Ястреб был честным посетителем Корибана в прошлом, хотя часто с разными владельцами. Многие из прошлых владельцев подозревались в контрабанде, работорговле и пиратстве. Был слух, что он работал для обмена. Я всегда говорю, что владельцы черного ястреба были превосходными гражданами. Я предпочитаю заниматься бизнесом с людьми, а не намного лучше, чем ситхи, по крайней мере. Что тут происходит интересного? Эту контину построила корпорация Черка, и это спокойное место. Мне это нравится. В других местах на Дрэжду не всегда спокойно и не всегда безопасно. Дрэжду управляют ситхи. Ситхи не всегда ведут себя нормально по отношению к другим. Если бы у меня был выбор, я предпочел бы, чтобы Академии тут не было. Но у меня выбора нет. Что ты знаешь про Академию? Ситхи построили Академию для обучения студентов. Многие стремятся туда, хотя я знаю почему. Я не знаю почему. Многим отказано в обучении, и многие умерли, пытаясь доказать, что они достойны там учиться. Многие студентов, а иногда и сами ситхи, приходят в мою контину. Оглянитесь и увидите их. Я ничего не могу с ними сделать. Что значит звездные карты на Корибане? Можете высказаться точнее, разумный? Какая звездная карта вам нужна? Понятно. Короче, он нас не особо что-то понимает. Давайте сохранимся. Ютурабан.
Can you not see that I am busy, human? Ah, I see you have a medallion. Where did you get it?
Давайте попробуем сказать, что один из других ситхов применил в Академию.
Oh, very well. You do seem a fit candidate, though.
Нет, это так неинтересно. Очевидно, что джедай. Похоже, у тебя огромный потенциал силы. Так долго был членом их ордена, они тебя тренировали. А что это может изменить? Вся разница в мире, но в случае ты владеешь достаточно грубой силой, чтобы интриговать меня. С такой силой ты можешь быть могучим ситхом. Может, если я позволю. Тебя интересует? Нет. Короче, давайте попробуем перезагрузиться. Пойдем с ней немножко по другому пути. Так, медальон. Я получил его от другого студента.
How very enterprising of you. Though that is not the normal way that we select our students for the Academy. We Sith do encourage such independent thinking. You may even be a suitable candidate to join us. That is what you wish, I take it. To become a Sith.
Я бы никогда к вам не присоединился.
No? Why might that be? There is something odd about you, human, that I cannot place. Obviously, you are a Jedi. One who is very strong in the Force, it seems. So were you a part of the Order for very long? Did they train you?
Так. А что это может, собственно, изменить?
Perhaps none. Perhaps all the difference in the world. Either way, you possess enough raw power to intrigue me greatly. With that kind of power, you could become a great Sith. Perhaps, if I let you. Does that interest you?
Давайте я солжем и скажем, что я хочу стать ситхом.
Ah, good. Exactly the sort of answer I was hoping for. I will take you to the Academy, and we shall see if you are ready to join the ranks of the Sith. Are you ready to go there now?
Я готов.
Then let us leave. The master of the Academy awaits you.
Давайте будем с вами отыгрывать максимально джедая.
Greetings, prospective students. It appears we have a late entry. Who do you bring before me, Uthura? A young human bristling with the Force?
A human that has had some training, it seems, Master Uthar. Very promising, I think.
Promising? That one's not worthy to lick spit off your shoes, Master.
That I'll judge for myself, thank you. Tell me, human, what do you know of the ways of the Sith? What preconceptions has your mind been polluted with?
Давайте, думаю, начать максимально джедайскими репликами. Давайте скажем, что ситхи это злые и подали соблазну и моральному развращению своей силы.
An honest answer, and one I would expect from anyone who's been exposed to those sad relics amongst the Jedi. As always, young human, the truth is not quite so simple. The Jedi equate the light with goodness and strength, and the dark with weakness and evil. That is their tradition, and it is truly no surprise that they cling to it for comfort. We, however, do not treat the Force as a burden. We treat it as a gift, a thing to be celebrated. We use it to acquire power over others. And why should we not? Because the Jedi say we should not. We are as the Force is meant to be. The Jedi would hide that from you. They would tell you the dark side is too quick, too easy. All so that they need never challenge the passions that lie within them. Joining with us means realizing your true potential. It means not stifling yourself solely for the sake of hidebound shamans and their antiquated notion of order. Be what you were meant to be. What say you, Lasho? Are you ready to learn the secrets of the dark side? Dare you?
I dare, Master Uthar. I am ready.
Brash and fiery, as expected. Turn that passion to your advantage, child. What of you, Mikkel? Are you ready?
I am, Master. More than ready.
I sense much anger within you, young one. That is good. That will provide you power. And Shardan, what of you?
I am always ready.
I see. You had best gather your wits for the trial ahead, boy, or you will not last. And you, young human, does this interest you? Are you ready to learn more of what I speak?
Что бы ему сказать? Но ведь тело без придерживания морали является слабостью.
You are brave to argue, young one. I have met few students who would speak so openly to me. Ask yourself first what this morality is. How is it created? Who does it benefit? Where do your notions of good and evil come from? You may come to the realization that morality is but an obstacle to overcome, or not. The discovery is yours to make, should you be ready. Now then, all of you 5 recruits have shown a degree of facility with the Force. You all have the potential to become true Sith. Only one of you, however, will succeed. The one who succeeds will be admitted to the Academy as a full Sith. All others must wait until next year and try again, if you survive. My pupil, Uthura, shall be your teacher and master while you attempt to prove yourselves. Heed her words.
As Master Uthar said, none of you are true Sith yet. For that to occur, one of you must do enough of worth, gain enough prestige, to be selected. What is an act of worth? You must learn that for yourselves. Remember that you are competitors here. Fight for your destiny, or go home.
If you wish to gain a lead over your competitors, the first of you to learn the code of the Sith and tell me of it will be rewarded. The rest is for you to discover. Welcome to the dark side, my children. Your one chance at true greatness lies here.
Так, ну что ж, мы с вами в Академии ситхов. Поздравляю вас. У нас получилось все-таки пройти. Тут нас с вами робот темного рыцаря джедая, кредиты. Давайте, думаю, переоденемся, чтобы лишний раз не светиться. Джоли сделаем то же самое. Чтобы особо тут не выделяться. Я думаю, даже для красоты, когда с вами дойдем до верстака, поменяем себе кристалл светового меча на красный. Просто чтобы был. Вот. Джоли вкинем врачевание. И, пожалуй, способность на глушение дроидов. А у него еще одна способность есть. Плюс 6 к защите и спас-броскам. Думаю, вещь довольно-таки сильная.
What?
Давайте возьмем ее. Давайте попробуем с ним поговорить. Может, открылись какие-то новые реплики или диалоги. Как ты и с Андре познакомились?
I'm a hermit, I've always been a hermit. Just because I haven't seen Sunray for 20 years doesn't mean he's not a friend. A man could have changed a lot in that span of time, though. To become a murderer, I can't see it. That's not the Sunray I knew. He was a good man. Put me up in his home for a year back after I left the Order. War hero, too. Or so I hear. I wouldn't mind helping the fellow if we can. I owe it to him. Or you can be a young monkey lizard and ignore me, I guess. Well, I don't expect much these days. Got something on you.
Подожди, Джоли. Ты упоминал дни приключений.
Did I say that? Strange the tricks memory plays on you when you get older.
Так ты у нас, получается, был
Didn't I say
авантюристом.
that my past was my affair? You don't see me poking and prodding you with questions, do you?
Но ты ведь уже так много мне рассказал. Мне это интересно.
I'm not here to satisfy your curiosity. No staring at the old man. That's what the sign says, damn it. Besides, you don't really want to hear about me. We're talking ancient history. Probably before you were born. History bores kids. Proven fact.
Да, но старики-то любят говорить про историю, это проверенный факт.
Oh, fine, fine. Have it your way. Just don't cry about it later. Yes, yes, I was an adventurer. Happy now? I wasn't even done with my Jedi training back then. I had a full head of hair and an eagerness to see absolutely everything. Sound familiar? The council was never happy with willful, brash Jolie Bindo, you see. Even less so when I began my smuggling career.
Ты был контрабандистом?
Don't look at me like that, damn it. I wasn't always the wrinkled coot I am now, you know. I can still fight, too. So wipe off that smirk I see there. At the time, the Yukata system was interdicted by its own king. He preferred to keep his people starving and poor, all the better to oppress them. The Senate was trying to negotiate a peace, but they were getting nowhere as usual. I decided I wasn't going to wait. I found myself a ship and a partner, and we began smuggling food and supplies to the Yukata citizenry through the blockade.
И было ли это опасно?
Oh, it was. I was a half-decent pilot in those days. And with the Force guiding me, we made it through some tough spots nobody else would have.
Так, ты у нас тоже, получается, был
Pilot,
пилотом.
smuggler, several other things too. Or did you suppose I was always a crotchety hermit?
Где ж ты взял кредиты на оборудование?
Well, we didn't buy all the equipment per se. Some were happy to donate goods. Some we just knew had more than they could use.
Ты, получается, просто воровал.
Stole is such a harsh word. They would have donated those goods readily enough if they were compassionate. I considered it a tax on the greedy. We only got caught once. A lone Yukatish frigate shot us down and forced a crash landing. I thought the Force had abandoned me, as I remember.
И что случилось с тобой потом?
Well, as it happens, getting shot down turned out to be very fortunate. That day was the day
Что ж произошло?
well, that was the day I met my wife.
Так ты, получается, и был у нас женат.
You know another way to get a wife? But yes, that's when I met her. If it's all the same to you, I'd prefer to stop talking now. My mouth is starting to draw flies.
Ладно, значит, в следующий раз. Постепенно у нас перед нами открывается Джоли. Так,
Ah, there you
и
are.
вот Урабан.
My favorite prospect for the year.
Твой потенциальный проект.
Absolutely. By my estimation, you are far more likely to achieve the prestige necessary to join the Sith than any of the others. As a matter of fact, I am so certain of that I'm willing to offer you an opportunity of the once-in-a-lifetime variety. Would you like to hear it?
Ну, знаешь ли, да.
Good. I do so adore someone who's willing to take a chance. As I said, you're no doubt going to be the one whom Uthar chooses to become a Sith. With my help, of course. Once that occurs, he will take you into the Valley of the Dark Lords to the tomb of Nagasado to administer the final test. There you and I will be alone with him. The perfect time to, shall we say, arrange for a change in the Academy's leadership.
Что было такого важного в гробнице?
The tomb is an ancient ruin on the surface that was visited years ago by Darth Revan and Darth Malak. They discovered a star map there of great importance.
You don't say. Well, the Master loves tombs, don't you, Master?
Reaching that map, as they did, is part of the final test. At any rate, it is not the tomb that is important. That Uthar will be alone is what is important.
Ты хочешь его, короче, сместить? И каково твоего там дело?
My part in this is to help you gain enough prestige and slow down the progress of the other hopefuls. I want you in that tomb when the time is right. We destroy Master Uthar together and I take his place. And you take your place at my side. A beautiful plan in its sheer simplicity.
Ты хочешь, чтобы я его убил?
Is that such a daunting prospect? It is not as if I am asking you to perform the task alone, or as if you will get nothing out of it. Master Uthar cannot prevail against us both. That's all there is to it. It is a very simple matter.
Какое в этом твое
My
дело?
part in this is to
Она
help.
уже сказала. Откуда я знаю, что это не тест?
You must not know much about the Sith yet. If Uthar were even to suspect that I might be trying to supplant him, true or not, well, let's just say he wouldn't likely stop to ask too many questions before ensuring I was dealt with.
Ну, согласен.
I'm so glad you see it my way. I will begin to make preparations for your final test. Your only worry now is to get there. Don't disappoint me.
Расскажи мне о себе.
About myself. I'm originally from Sleheran, if you must know. I was a slave to a cruel master, Omish the Hutt. I'm sure you don't need to know more.
Я хочу знать больше обо всех развалинах на поверхности.
I have been involved in the work there over the last couple of years, but not often. Most of the excavating is left to the students. What did you wish to know?
Расскажи мне, есть ли какой-нибудь путь к гробнице
Not
Нагасадо?
unless you are accompanied by Master Uthar, no. It is strictly forbidden. And I truly doubt you could bypass the doors to the tomb with anything less than ship blasters. Even then, perhaps.
Разве нельзя пробраться внутрь?
None. I do not even know how Master Uthar gains entrance, to tell the truth. Though I look forward to discovering that fact. I have searched many times, so do not bother. There is no other way. Do not fret, however. Simply get the prestige you need, and you will see the tomb soon enough.
Почему вы, ситхи, заинтересованы в этих руинах?
We could learn much about the history of the ancient Sith. Why they were on Korriban and why they left. Perhaps we could learn more about the origin of the Force itself. With that knowledge could come great power.
Я услышал достаточно. Ты упомянул о том, что ты из
I
Слихирона.
did. I also said that you didn't need to know more. Why are you asking?
Я просто хотел от тебя больше узнать, вот и все.
I see. Very well. I suppose there's no harm in the tale. As I said, I was originally a slave to one of the Hutts. The Hutts control everything on Sleheran, and a slave is nothing to them. I was determined not to be nothing. One night when the drunken worm had me alone in his chambers, I stabbed him and escaped the compound. I stole onto a cargo ship and was not discovered by the crew until they reached the next system. They left me for dead on a desolate planetoid, alone. But that was fine by me. I was glad to be anywhere other than Sleheran. It was not luck that I was eventually rescued, of course. The Force was strong with me, though I didn't know that at the time. Not until the Jedi told me, that is.
Джедаи тебя отыскали? Что случилось?
I'd rather not discuss it. Perhaps another time. Is there something else you needed?
Ты можешь мне рассказать про кодекс ситхов?
I can help you understand it. Would you like to hear it? Peace is a lie. There is only passion. Through passion I gain strength. Through strength I gain power. Through power I gain victory. Through victory my chains are broken. The Force shall free me. Simple words, yet easily misunderstood. Would you care for me to explain anything?
Мир — это ложь, есть только страсть.
The Jedi would have you believe that peace is a desirable goal. That peace of the spirit is the way the Force is mastered. That a lack of conflict betters man. We know different. It is our passion, our hate, and our desire that fuels the Force. It is conflict that improves the lot of civilization and single being bold. Conflict forces one to better oneself. It forces change, growth, adaptation, evolution, or death. These are not our laws, but the universe's. Without conflict, you have only stagnation.
Через страсть я получаю силу.
What fuels your power with the Force but your passion? The stronger, darker emotions. Anger, hatred, fear. These passions empower us.
Как же насчет... Джедаи говорят совсем другое. Как такое может быть правдой?
The Force gives us all power, even the Jedi. It is our mastery of our passion that gives us the strength they lack.
Но как же насчет любви?
Love is more dangerous than all those things. Love leads to anger and hatred more often than not. But it also leads to mercy, which is far worse. That, however, is a lesson for another time.
Похоже на то, что все это лишь негативные страсти.
Negative? Compared to what? What keeps even the most rudimentary creature alive? Fear to run, anger to fight. Without it, a creature would most surely die.
Ты говоришь о том, что мы не что иное, как недоразвитые существа?
We are far more than them, perhaps. But in some ways, we are little different. To think us creatures beyond the need of simple passions is a delusion.
Понятно.
It is our goal to be stronger, to achieve our potential and not rest upon our laurels. We are the seekers, not the shepherds.
Через энергию я получаю победу.
How many sorts of victories can you imagine? Peaceful victory, victory by sacrifice, a truce, an achievement. Unless the victory is achieved by demonstrating that your power is superior, it is only an illusion, temporary at best. We seek more.
Благодаря победе мои цепи разорваны.
This has been argued over, and often. The chains represent our restrictions, both those placed upon us and those we place upon ourselves. Ultimately, the goal of any Sith is to free herself from such restrictions. In a way, it is so we may do whatever we wish, but it is much more than that. One who has freed themselves from all restrictions has reached perfection, their potential fulfilled. Perfect strength, perfect power, perfect destiny. Imagine it. That is our ideal, at any rate. It is said in Sith legend that the Sithari, the perfect being, will one day lead us, but perhaps that is just a legend.
Не думаешь ли ты, что Сидхари может выйти?
I wonder what that being would be like. The legends say the Sithari will destroy us and make us stronger than ever. But perhaps that is just a legend. Perfection is a goal, I think, rather than a state of being. The Jedi would argue that, no doubt.
Сила освободит меня.
The Force is our servant and our master, our teacher and our companion, a weapon and a tool. Know it, and you know the universe. Master it, and you master the universe. Strive for perfection, and the Force shall reward you.
Я думаю, что я все понял.
I am not surprised. The force is strong with you. Master it and it shall serve you well.
Как тебе удалось стать ситхом?
I would prefer not to discuss that.
Я хотел бы это услышать.
Why? There is no point. Have I asked you about your past?
Разве ж это плохое, что ты мне это расскажешь?
There is always harm in becoming too vulnerable. I will not be as weak as you desire. Is there something else you needed? I hope.
Давай все-таки попробуем ее немножко
Hello
разговорить.
again. Why?
Хотел узнать, что мы станем друзьями. Или, может быть, кем-то
I
еще.
see. You certainly have odd notions for one hoping to become a Sith. I'll play along, for now. Let's see. After escaping from Slaheron, I was found by the Jedi. They took me in and trained me, even though I was a bit older than most Padawan.
Ты была джедаем?
Not really, no. I never progressed beyond Padawan. I had discipline, but no peace. And after my treatment at the hands of the Hutts, there was little room in me for the ways of the Jedi.
You sound very much like someone I used to know.
Yes, well, I imagine I am not unique. Things very easily could have been very different for me. I wanted to use the Force to free the other slaves I knew, to fight for what I knew was right. The Jedi restrained me until I couldn't stand it anymore. They claim the dark side is evil, but that isn't so. Sometimes anger and hatred are so deserved and right. Sometimes things change because of it.
В основе своей сделается еще
Any
хуже.
failure to get the results I want is due to a lack of power on my part. That can change in time. As a Sith, my mettle is tested far more than when I was a Padawan. I know this may sound strange, but only my compassion stands in my way now. Once that is gone, let the slavers beware.
Но если ты потеряешь все свое сострадание, ты сможешь позаботиться об этих рабах.
Yes, of course. I mean losing my compassion, as in holding back. But enough of that. I have talked about myself too much. Surely you are tired of it. Come back.
Все-таки давайте будем пробовать ее как-либо разговорить на новые вещи. Кодекс мы с вами узнали. Образовательных мы с вами узнали. Про престиж что мне скажешь?
Go to him with news of your
Впечатление мастера
deeds
Ютора.
or artifacts you have discovered. The code of the Sith is the easiest way to start.
Понятно.
I have told you all that you need to. There are a group of students
Codex.
who refused an order by Master Uthar to execute a group of civilians in the colony. Uthar declared that they were to be executed themselves, but the students escaped and fled before the order could be carried out. We are certain that they have not left Korriban. No doubt they have not gotten far and are simply in hiding. We just do not know where exactly. If you were to locate them and carry out Uthar's order, I am sure he would be most appreciative. Shall I go on?
Продолжай.
I would suggest you talk to the other prospective Sith and find one you can gain an advantage with. I believe Lasho would be an excellent choice. She is too trusting. I have little doubt you could talk her into letting you help her somehow. Just make sure it is you who gains the advantage, not her. Be ruthless if you must. That is the only thing that will impress Uthar. The only other idea I can suggest to you is that you head into the Valley of the Dark Lords on the surface. There are ancient ruins there which can be explored. It's possible you might find some artifacts or information in them which would please Uthar. It's difficult to say for certain.
Понятно.
Come back soon, my friend.
На этом давайте мы с вами закончим эту серию. У нас получилось с вами пробраться в эту Академию ситхов. И мы закорешились немножко с вами с Юторой Пан, узнали ее историю, о том, что она у нас была в прошлом вообще джедаем. Была, можно сказать, воспитана как рабыня хаттов. Давайте будем ей помогать. Я вот не помню, чтобы я это делал в прошлом своем прохождении, когда еще был малой. Я вообще не помню, чтобы я слишком много с ними всеми разговаривал. Но вроде как тут у нас с вами вырисовывается такая возможность вернуть ее на светлую сторону. И давайте будем смотреть, что в наших силах. Вот. А пока что оценивайте. Увидимся с вами в следующей серии. Всем пока.